Okay, so I was born in Kapiolani Hospital
Mm-hmm.
on Oahu. I was raised in a valley called Kuli'ou'ou, just before Hawaii Kai. My family is the Reeves Ohana. So my great grandmother Rose Reeves, she was Hawaiian, married Charles Reeves from Tennessee, and they got 9 acres of the old homestead. This is before Hawaiian homes. So I believe must have been like 1911 or 1912. So it's something similar to the like Haula homesteads.
Okay.
Yeah. So 9 acres. My grandpa, which is Henry Keanu Reeves, had 8 brothers and sisters. One of his brothers was Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam's grandson is Keanu Reeves, the movie actor.
Oh,
So Keanu and
the
me
heck?
are named after my grandfather, Keanu Reeves.
Wow. But you guys don't know each other.
No, actually, we do.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Dang.
So I'll get to that point.
Okay.
So each of the 9 children got 1 acre each, and then those children subdivided it with their children into quarter acres, and then ohana zoning. So pretty much where you live in Kuli'ou'ou Valley is by genealogy, right? And everybody's surrounded. We're all surrounded by cousins, and my friends were my cousins, and my cousins were all my friends. Nobody locked their door. That's how we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my uncle would do kalua pig for my auntie sister Korea. She's a Reeves, but married a Korean. She had a catering business. So we had all these things that went on that we took for granted, right? So growing up in Kuli'ou'ou Valley, it was something that we didn't realize how unique it was,
Totally.
especially being a suburb of Honolulu, right? It was almost as if we're living in Waimanalo, and it's just you're surrounded with family. So in the valley, the cousins grew up in what is called generational gaps, right? So that was your group that you had to hang out with. But because the family was so large, you know, I could say like my cousin Butchie Correa, which is my direct second cousin, is just a few years younger than my dad.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So
It's one of those.
So you don't know who to call auntie or uncle because it could be your cousin. But it was a safe environment, right? And I was very kolohe back then. You know, my cousins, they know that.
Yeah.
So one day, in my family, my tutu is Rose Kekai Kuihala Simerson Reeves. So she married into the Reeves family, right? And I was the oldest grandchild. So my tutu, who lived in the back house, and we lived in the second quarter acre, it was pretty much I grew up with my tutu and my parents. So I was raised by both, right? And being the oldest grandchild, I was the alakai. I was the one that could get away with anything. You know, my tutu took me driving when I was 9 years old. I'm driving her station wagon. She played the organ at the Holy Trinity Hawaiian Mass with Mrs. Hall. So Bobby Hall, the musician, he was with who is he with? Not Sunday Manoa, but Peter Moon Band.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So Bobby grew up in Kuli'ou'ou as well. So I remember my tutu would take me, and I was like I was young, 8 years old, and we'd go pick up Bobby's mom at Mrs. Hall, and then we go to Holy Trinity. And then they do the prayers and they sing Hawaiian Mass, the songs. So I remember one day my tutu tells me, and I was about 8 years old. She says, "Keanu, we're gonna go and meet up with your cousin Keanu." And I said, "Really, Keanu?" "Yeah, you have a cousin named Keanu. He's from Canada." So my tutu sister-in-law was Auntie Momi, right? Who married Uncle Sam, that had Keanu's dad, Sam Jr. So she brought Keanu and the sister back home to Wailupe. They had a house on that water's edge. So my tutu and I went over to go meet up with them. And that's the first time I met another guy named Keanu, about my age.
Wow.
Right? And just kind of shook hands. And then we ended up, just playing, went out surfing. It was the first time I saw somebody put butter on their rice.
Oh, what? Is that a Canadian thing?
I don't know. But I was kind of tripping, right? But then I tasted it. It was pretty good.
Okay.
When I was in the Army, it's called grits.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he also was putting sugar in the poi.
Oh, okay.
And that I couldn't do.
Yeah. That's how you know he's not from here.
Yeah, that I couldn't do. So what's funny is I haven't seen him since then.
Mhm.
So when he was promoting his movie, John Wick, the
Mhm.
first one, and he turned 50 years old, and he and I are the same age.
Mhm.
I think we're separated by maybe three months,
Okay.
right? And he was on Jimmy Kimmel Live. So my son, Kiha, tells me, "Hey, Dad, Uncle Keanu's going to be on TV." So I'm downstairs, I'm watching this Jimmy Kimmel Live. And then sure enough, yeah, he's on. And then Jimmy Kimmel goes, kind of fascinated with you and your name, Keanu. I've never heard of that name Keanu before. Have you ever met another Keanu?
Mhm.
He says, "Yeah, I got a cousin."
No way.
And then he says, "I'm Hawaiian. We have cousins." And then he was telling him about that time we first met in Wailupe. "Hey, Keanu. Hey, Keanu." So, yeah, true story.
Wow, that's super awesome. All these layers to you. I had no idea. And it's funny. So we have a lot of connection now besides I just knew that you're my mom's classmate at Kamehameha.
Yep.
But I didn't realize that you're Reeves and I went to school at Reeves as well.
Right.
We were just talking about Lorenzo. And I know a lot of the Ohanas in Kuli'ou'ou, Creas, Noah,
Yeah.
and all them. So
Yeah.
yeah, super cool. I didn't even realize how connected we were.
Yeah.